The concept of metaverse has now become a topic of debate in the field of digital transformation. What is metaverse? And why is it gaining so much popularity these days? Don't worry, we'll answer these questions. The metaverse might be considered the digital counterpart to the real world. Avatars are used to portray human profiles, which is indeed an extension of the real world. Office spaces, property, and events are all replicated in the metaverse. Simply said, the metaverse is a vast digital universe that exists alongside our physical existence. That may sound familiar, and it is, because the metaverse is similar to the internet, except with more dancing. The metaverse is a collection of virtual worlds where people may meet up, play games, communicate, and shop. When Mark Zuckerberg renamed his company from Facebook to Meta, he revived the word. However, some metaverses may now be found in video games such as Roblox, Minecraft, and Fortnite. A metaverse can also exist in augmented reality locations, where virtual items are projected onto real-world surfaces via our displays. In a nutshell, metaverses are virtual places where we can interact without being constrained by our fleshy meat suits. It's immersive experiences that allow you to do things with other people, like have enjoyable adventures, explains Craig Donato, the chief business officer of current metaverse poster child, Roblox. In the larger metaverse, Roblox is one of the neighborhoods. You can build games and share them with other people when you enter Donato's realm. The unexpected is what draws people in. It's increasingly going to a concert or seeing entertainment, Donato says. All of these things are feasible in the so-called real world, as keen readers will notice. The trick is that you get to do these activities however you choose, with no physical limits. It's changed for the better, Donato says. Where did the idea come from? The metaverse notion is said to have originated in Neal Stephenson's cyberpunk novel Snow Crash, published in 1992. That metaverse is a warning, not an advertisement. In the novel, hacker hero protagonist's virtual world is filled of injustices and end-capitalist horrors. Hero wanted to get away from the real world, but he didn't want to live in it. Whatever their origins, all metaverses exist to reduce friction, which seems like a wonderful bit of escapism after 2 years of being addicted to Zoom and doom scrolling on our phones. Who controls the metaverse laws? There are rules in the metaverse. Each jurisdiction has its own, and they occasionally overlap. Some of these are listed in the seemingly long terms of service that you must agree to before entering, but many aren't. It is the metaverse dweller's job to study and follow the laws of each neighborhood. However, every now and again, someone in the metaverse does something so horrible that everyone else must react. And it is at this point that a group of computer users decides that someone must govern the planet. Historically, the person who owns the technology has been that person, and because he or she is a technologist rather than a political or social scientist, they are often the least equipped for the job. At best, the metaverse is controlled according to the whims of a basically good dictator. What metaverses exist already? Roblox. A gaming universe where creators can create and share their works. It has been around for about 2 decades, despite being part of the new wave of metaverse technology. Meta. A sprawling social networking platform with direct links to, and influence on, the offline world, as well as growing imaginative tendrils. Meta is the owner of a number of metaverse technologies, including one of the most widely used virtual reality headsets. Minecraft. A vast game and simulation world populated primarily by children and teenagers who construct anything using Lego-like construction components. A long-term participant in this market. Second Life. You may create whatever you want, go to concerts, visit libraries, and even participate in a virtual Hajj in this 3D virtual sandbox. With over 15 million accounts, it is the poster child of the preceding wave of metaverses. Your avatar in the metaverse. When entering the metaverse, the most crucial thing to bring is your identity. There are plans in place to keep this one continuous self as you move from neighborhood to neighborhood, which necessitates some thought. At the absolute least, a profile photo will serve as your identifier. In many situations, it will be an avatar, which is a three-dimensional depiction of you when you're online. Some people advise that you put time and effort into whatever position you find yourself in. They advise, have it express who you truly are. However, some internet users argue that being yourself in the metaverse is a waste of time and resources. When you could be Zafai Bibelbrox 42, why be Alex Krotowski? In other words, tying who you really are to your metaverse persona might sell the experience short. We have already learned with social media that past indiscretions can come back to haunt you. So if you're planning some out there self-discovery, you might want to have another little identity in your pocket that you can wear for crazy times. However, you can see how maintaining the same self could be advantageous. Like a passport, you may transport your gear and talents between virtual neighborhoods and apps. However, keep in mind that having a single identity makes tracking you even easier for the firms constructing the metaverse. After all, these are the people whose countries you are passing through. What you can do in the metaverse. There is no landscape in the metaverse. It has no ecological value. Despite this, its views are among the most stunning in the world. It is only accessible from the outside, through any rabbit hole you can locate. A link to a teleconference may be sent to you. You might use a gaming platform to log in. You may put on a virtual reality headset and turn it on. You only require a screen. However, when you arrive, the location appears to be deserted. The problem is deciding where to go. Are you looking for a job? To learn? To attend a performance? To immerse oneself in a synthesized experience of a schizophrenia patient's hallucinations? Or simply float around? You're not alone if you're overwhelmed by the options. There is no search engine in the metaverse that can point you in the right direction. You'll need an insatiable curiosity as well as the time to go around neighborhoods looking for it. I believe we've already passed the immersion tipping point, Donato says. Human face expressions can be mapped onto avatars using AR, VR, and machine learning. 3D surround sound is available. Some are even developing smell-o-vision. I believe we need a lot more innovation on the social side, in terms of how people come together in these spaces and act in productive ways, Donato adds. You could be the one who comes up with the brilliant idea. Making money in the metaverse. People aren't just interested in the metaverse because they can hang out with avatars at work or play. It's been said that there's money to be made in those digital hills. We're in the midst of a virtual land grab right now. This is standard procedure for any new digital service. People bought up website domains during the dot-com boom, and now they're buying up processing cycles on computer servers kept in massive warehouses. In early 2022, a piece of undeveloped land sold for more than $2 million. It may pay off. One land speculator made a multimillionaire in Second Life by buying parcels and selling them to the highest bidder. That's what these investors are hoping for. Personalization, items to spruce up neighborhoods or user avatars, is another hot speculative industry. Clothing, poses, park benches, animations, and sometimes digital art, such as a popular subcategory known as NFTs, are examples. The majority of these appeal to consumers' vanity. The amount of money you spend on these products should reflect how much you care about what others think of you. All of this is based on the fact that technology will only be used to facilitate human interaction. While there has been much written about how the metaverse would improve the world, it will not. It will be the total number of people who use the internet. We are the metaverse. Mostly harmless.